let's begin with our warm-up for this particular class, which we're really trying to utilize our balance, coordination, and stability here. So we're going to begin with our three-point lunge. So for those of you that are new to this class, we're going to be doing 3 different directions for our lunge, and you're going to do about half range of motion. So starting with the forward lunge, about halfway down, stepping back, and then into a lateral lunge, stepping back, and then a reverse lunge. And you're going to repeat that sequence. So forwards, back, lateral, or sideways, and then backwards. Okay, so let's keep that moving. 1, touch, 2, touch, and back. Kind of keep that same rhythm. 1, 2, 3. You might find one movement is more difficult than the other, or maybe a bit more awkward, and that's completely normal. So try to be mindful of that, and then you can work on that specific movement. So if it's the lateral one where you have struggled with the balance or the coordination, then you can focus on isolating that movement. But it's really just for a warm-up to get used to the different planes of a direction here. And we'll do one more each. Okay, good. Okay, other sides. So I started with my right, and then we'll go left forward. So forwards. Make sure you have enough room to do your lateral one. And same thing behind you. I'm in a doorway here. So make sure that you have enough space. 1, back, 2, back, reverse. And let's keep that going. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 more times. Last one. And finish. Good. Okay. And we'll just shake it off a bit. We're going to go down to the floor, and we're going to do a 4-point or hands and knees thoracic rotation. Okay, so you're on your hands and knees. Right hand by the ear. Bring that elbow underneath the other side of the body. And then return, and then exaggerate it by rotating your elbow towards the ceiling and back down. So reaching underneath. Slow rotation, and hold it right there. Feel that stretch in the back and underneath. 3, and hold. 4, hold. We'll go one more. Hold and switch. So my left hand is by my ear, underneath the opposite arm, and rotate. We'll go one more on this side. Good. Okay. Really important not to rush that one. Really take your time with the movement. It's not meant to be an exaggerated, intense movement. It's really important for just staying loose. It's an exercise you can do throughout the day as well, from just kind of sitting all day. Okay. And next, what we'll do is our sitting in this position, hands and knees, and then you're going to put one leg off to the side. Let's say our right leg, and then lift the right hand off the ground. So position, you're planting your left hand down, hand on your hip, and you're just going to raise your leg up and down. And we're really activating the glute med here, or the abductors, raising it up and down. And if you want to play around with the position, you can put your leg more in front of you, or a bit more behind you when you do the leg raises. Try to find a good spot where you feel that engagement. And just keep that going up and down, just a small range of motion. Now set that down just for a relax. Lifting it back up, now circular. So we'll go in one direction here. Again, find the position you want. And then switch directions. By now you should feel that burning. And drop it down, and we'll switch sides. So I've got my opposite leg here, out. Left leg, left hand on the hip. Right hand is planting down for stabilizing, lifting up and down. Find that area you want, play around with it, a bit more behind your body, or to the side, or even in front, depending on your range of motion. Just keep it going up and down. 4, 3, 2, and done. Drop it down. And then back up again for circular. We'll go this direction here, although it doesn't matter because we're going to switch. 4, 3, 2, and switch directions. And done. Excellent. Okay, so that was our dynamic warm-up, just to kind of get the blood flowing. Heart rate's elevated a little bit. We worked on some balance, stability, coordination, a little bit of everything, so that you can kind of wake up the mind to muscle. So take a quick little water break, and then we're going to begin. You're going to need a dumbbell or any kind of hand weight. Okay? Okay. So I have my trusty 8-pound dumbbell that's been doing me well this past year, I guess. I have a couple other weights that are heavier, but the objective of the functional training kind of workouts is really, you don't even really need any weights. You could do all these exercises and still challenge yourself because of the movements that are required with balance and coordination that really make it a challenge in its own. But the weight is really just to add a prop, if you will. Okay? So we've done these exercises before, and for those of you joining us for the first time, it's going to be a kneeling wood chop, or I guess almost kind of like a half lunge. So we're going to involve some rotation. So the functional training with objectives such as change of direction and planes of movement is we're not just working up and down or forwards and backwards, we're working rotational. So it's important when you, as soon as you change your direction and you rotate away from your center of gravity or equilibrium, it makes it more challenging for your body or your core to stabilize because you've thrown yourself off balance. So it's so crucial to incorporate a rotation into your workout. So what we're going to do is start in this lunge position. So my opposite leg is resting on the ground in a relaxed position. 90-degree angle for the front leg. Same thing with the back. You're going to pull the weight beside your body, so the same side. And what you're going to do is you're going to step up and rotate. So it's hard to see from a certain angle when I'm down, and I'm going to step up and bring the weight forward. But what you'll notice is I'm actually not standing up straight. I'm not fully extending, so I'm not going here and then standing up all the way. So see how I've extended up? You're down and you're keeping your legs engaged. You're really working the muscle by only coming up to like a squat position, like so, okay? So it's gonna be a lot more challenging with this variation, but fun, okay? All right, so we're gonna do 10 per side, starting with this right side. So here we go. So rotate, and then up. Rotate, up. Rotate, up. Turn to the squat. Down and up halfway to the squat. One more, and relax. Good. So what you'll notice is that lead leg is going to be burning a lot because you're keeping it constantly contracted and not allowing it to fully extend into a relaxed position or a lengthened position, okay? So yes, it makes it a lot more challenging. Okay, switch sides. Left leg is in front. Here we go. So rotate and then stand up halfway to a squat and down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting to burn here. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9, 10. Great. Okay, set that weight down. And active rest, active recovery. So standing up, moving around, just kind of not sitting still. Okay, and then down to the floor. Okay, 2 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Drag out that exhale, ready? Good, okay, really important to focus on that breathing, that mindful breathing throughout your workout. And the studies have shown that when you're incorporating movements and components such as balance and coordination and stabilizing, that when you're hyperventilating or when your heart rate is really high and your breathing rate, your respiratory rate is high, that ventilation can distract you, and the motor skills required for balance and coordination are not nearly as efficient or sufficient. So bring the breathing down, the heart rate down. That mindful approach to that can really actually improve your performance when you're doing balance and things like that. Okay, so next we're going to get some upper body and some core involved here, and a lot of range of motion with our lower body, so total body. And we're going to do our Spider-Mans for those of you that remember. So you're in a full push-up position, okay, or plank position, and you're bringing that foot to the elbow, right to the hand here. So you're going to attempt to do that. And if you can't, that's okay. Go as far as you can. So we're here, and we're going to drop it and hold for 2 seconds, and then back. Okay, let's carry on. Here we go. Foot to hand, and keep that going here. Bringing that foot right as high as you can up towards that hand. Maintaining the push-up position without dropping the body. Foot to hand, that Spider-Man reach. Now keep that going. Just at this pace, right there. Just a few more. High as you can. Last 2. And recover. So just kind of sit right here. Back to our 2 breaths. Great. Okay, now we're going to be standing up. If you need to, just a quick little water break. And we are going to need your weight again. So just 1 hand weight. Okay. Okay. So again, this is something carrying forward from our previous sessions. But again, always a challenge, always important to incorporate. So we're going to be doing a 1-legged, 1-arm row. So obviously a lot of lower body stabilization and balance, as well as upper body strength and endurance. So my right foot is planted on the floor. My left leg, and if you can, use a doorway or a wall for your balancing, just in case. But obviously you don't want to rely on it because that would defeat the purpose. So down into this position, and you're going to row the weight up and then return to a standing position, okay? So again, you want to try to not have to rely on using the wall for support. So try without it, and try to perform that row while balancing. So again, you're stabilizing or holding Weight is pulled and return. Down, pull, and return. Okay? If you want to make it more challenging, try to go down lower and extend that back leg as high and as straight as you can. So that'll make it a lot more challenging. Pull. Let's do 3 more on this side. 1. 2. Last one. Go as far out as you can. And 3. Excellent. Okay. Switching sides. Okay, so a left hand and your left foot is planted. So you're kicking your other leg back. Here we go. Back, pull, and bring it forward. As far out as you can with that back leg. You can have your hand on your waist, doesn't matter where your hand is. Good, it's nice and slow. We'll go 3 more. 2. Last one. Try to kick out that leg as far back as you can. And 3. And done. Okay. You can set that weight down. 30-second water break. Okay, and then we'll be back to the floor. 2 deep breaths. So again, for those of you viewing this class, either right now or at a later time, the importance of returning after your recovery for a couple slow and controlled deep breaths is because whenever you're doing balance in coordination, it really makes things a lot easier for you to perform those movements. Okay, so to bring the heart rate down, otherwise it is quite difficult. Okay, so next one, what we're going to do, much like a mountain climber. So if you know what a mountain climber is, so you're in a push-up position and you're running in and out, just like that. Okay, but instead of driving your knees just up and down, like in and out like that, towards your chest, you're actually going to do a lateral one instead. So here's what that looks like. So you're here, and basically you're starting with your one leg out to the side and out to the side. Okay, so if you need a better view, and I apologize, my room isn't very wide. So you're here, and you're going to start with one leg out to the side, and you're just going to kick it left to right. So it's the same idea from a traditional mountain climber. What we're doing a different plane of movement or a different direction. So we're going lateral, so in and out, as opposed to up and down or forwards and backwards. Okay, so we're going to do 20 altogether. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so ready, starting with one leg out to the side, and we'll go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And done. Okay, excellent. All right, we're back up again. Active recovery, so walking around. And a drink if you need one. Okay, and then our last exercise before we do some stretches. If you do have one, grab a heavier weight from what you were just using. So I was using a dumbbell, which is perfect for doing certain movements. Try to find a heavier one if you have it. Or anything around your house, I guess. Okay. So we're going to do our figure eights. So the figure eights is basically exactly what it sounds like. So you're going to be in a squat position. And you're going to have that heavier weight right by or in the middle, maintaining a semi-squat. So you're never extending up. What happens is when you stand up, you're lengthening the muscle, or it's basically relaxing. So staying in a semi-squat the whole time makes it a much more difficult exercise. And you're going to draw a figure 8. So basically you're passing that kettlebell or the weight in and out of your legs, like so, under and over your legs in that pattern, okay? So by doing that, you're obviously working a lot of coordination, hand-eye coordination, but that's really just the distraction. The main objective here is you're holding that squat the whole time as you're doing it. So it's a good leg burn, okay? So here we go. Down into that squat and go through the legs, just like that. Here we go. Maintain that nice and low stance. Perfect. If you're not burning already, it will soon. 4, 3, 2, one more, and up. Okay. Now, other direction. See if I can remember which one I was doing. Back down. Here we go. I'm not even sure if this was right, but it doesn't matter. It's still effective. Keep that going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Set that weight down. You should feel a nice burn in the legs there. But walk around, so active recovery. Good, so keep moving. Okay, and then we're gonna hit the floor. Okay, and we're gonna do some Russian twists. So basically, you're sitting down in this V position with your legs. You're gonna lift your heels off the ground. Bring your hands in the middle by your chest. Rotate to touch the floor. And you're gonna switch sides and keep tapping. Try to keep your feet together and keep those legs as still as you can and keep that rotation going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Couple deep breaths. Perfect. Okay, while you're in this position, drop one knee down to the floor and the opposite leg goes behind you. So if you can, try to extend it. And then you're going to lean over that front leg and you can rotate a bit. We're stretching out the glute muscles on the side, your IT band, lower back, a little bit of everything, lower body here. If you want to make it more difficult, you're going to go right over top of it and kind of lean forward. You should feel a stretch along the outside of your thigh here. Or you can sit back. Switch sides. Okay, so that one's in front. And then you rotate over top of the leg here. Extend the back leg if you can and hold this position. You might notice one side is way tighter than the other. In this case, like myself, on the left side, I have a lot, definitely worse range of motion flexibility. So it's always good to be mindful of that so that you can focus on that one side a bit better. Okay, and now we're going to do our hip flexor stretch. Very important, especially while we're sitting down all day, is to stretch those hip flexors. So lunge position, 90-degree angle of both legs. If it's your right leg that's in front, take your left arm, rotate your body, place on the edge of the knee, twist as far as you can this way, and then lean forward and hold that position. And pull back. And you're going to go one more time, and now try to go further down. So push it a little further. where you feel that stretch on the opposite side in front of the leg here, and then do your rotation. You want to find that stretch first so that you're not just going through the motions and think to yourself, well, I don't feel anything, nothing's happening here. So you need to constantly play around with the range of motion to see where that sweet spot is. Now bring it back, other side, go down, find the good spot, you feel the stretch, place the arm over top and stretch it. Bring it back to the middle and go down a little further, try to push it a little bit further down and then rotate. Bring it back, bring those both knees in, sitting down on your heels, sliding down into the child's pose stretch for your back, and hold that, put your face down to the floor, and hold. Sliding back, one deep breath. Going down to stretch one last time here to finish up. And sliding back, last deep breath. Excellent. Okay, so that's our class for today. That was our functional training workout. If you missed a portion of this workout or you weren't able to attend as per usual, we will be posting this again on our channel for you to participate at your own convenience. So thank you so much for participating. Hopefully you had a good little workout and have a good rest of the week and a long weekend that's ahead of us. Okay, guys?